The function of monetary coins and tokens. We have seen how a commodity money can emerge spontaneously from a prior state of barter, facilitating exchange and profit or loss calculations. However, even though a community benefits tremendously from the existence of money, there will still be limitations if the money remains in its raw form. It would hamper trade if shopkeepers had to perform metallurgical tests on hunks of metal that customers presented for payment to verify that the hunks were indeed silver or gold, etc., of the claimed weight. The solution to this problem is to coin the raw hunks of metal into recognizable discs of a uniform size and purity or fineness. We should emphasize that a full-bodied coin was not money because of the stamping process. The markings on the coin merely indicated to the community that the hunk of metal in question did indeed contain the specified weight in the underlying commodity that served as money. In addition to striking full-bodied coins, meaning they contain the legally defined amount of gold or silver, another possible solution is for reputable outlets to issue token coins, which represent redemption claim on the issuer for a specified amount of the actual money commodity. Note that to perform their function well, even token coins would need to be recognizable in the community and difficult to counterfeit. For a modern example, consider plastic chips issued by casino. A Las Vegas casino needs to have chips that are distinctive and authentic looking, and which cannot be easy for outsiders to replicate, because such chips will be instantly redeemed by the casino within its walls, and even perhaps in the surrounding neighborhood. They are as good as money. But a gambler who travels back home wouldn't be able to buy groceries with chips issued from a Las Vegas casino. Just as the money itself can arise without the intervention for political authorities, so too can the private sector handle the operation of turning the commodity money into coins. Indeed, numismatists agree that some of the highest quality coins and tokens ever produced originated in 18th century Britain from private means. The full story is too long to tell here, but the quick version is that the British Royal Mint had utterly failed to provide the common people with coins that could serve their needs for everyday commerce, and regulations prohibited banks from issuing notes in small denominations. As a result, employers resorted to various inconvenient remedies, including paying their workers in waves, so that, say, the first third of the employees would spend their new wages in town, after which the employers couldn't collect the coins in order to pay the second third of their workers, etc., and making arrangements with the local tavern owner so that workers' beer tab would effectively reduce the wages they were owed. The shortage of government-produced coinage was so severe that even obviously counterfeit coins were tolerated because bad money was better than no money at all. In this intolerable situation, Thomas Williams, the principal owner of the giant Paris copper mine, hit upon the bright idea of installing a commercial-scale mint on the premises. He then struck token coins out of the copper with instruction on where they could be redeemed for money, and paid his workers, the one actually mining the copper, with these token coins. Soon afterward, Matthew Boulton, famous for his collaboration with James Watt in the refinement of the modern steam engine, followed suit with the privately owned Soho Mint, where he was the first to implement a process of using steam power to mass-produce exquisite coinage. The following photos exhibit the remarkable craftsmanship of the privately struck coins and tokens from this era.